Futures trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Content provided in this segment is meant for educational purposes and is not a solicitation to buy or sell commodities.
Hi, welcome to the January 25th edition of Basis Loaded, the IDFA edition, as everybody in dairy congregates in Central Florida to figure out which way we're going to go this year. A busy afternoon today with not only NDPSR, but also cold storage and milk production all falling on the same Wednesday afternoon. So it won't hold you up long as we dive into the latest NDPSR report, starting with butter. This butter number coming in at 247.73 is a plus 5 to the CME 1-week average of 242.70. Now the CME was up 4.5 and then down 7. So typically on that kind of move, we would not expect much of the up to get in. Plus 5 is still positive basis. The NDPSR was higher, although only marginally. So only a fraction of that 4.5 cent move of the CME making its way over to the NDPSR. We did trade higher than normal volume, second week in a row that we've traded more than 4 million pounds. So impressive volume on an impressive price in butter. And then over in the cheese world, blocks coming in at 212.69. That's a plus 12.5 to the CME 1-week average of $2.13. So massive basis in the block. The CME traded down sharply to achieve that $2.13 level. That's down 15 cents on the weekly average. Then it's followed by up 13 cents before falling 18 cents. So it's been a bit of a yo-yo in the block price at the CME. The NDPSR, however, steady as a rock. You'll notice here for about the last 5 weeks, the NDPSR block price has been pinned to, let's call it, this 212.50 level. So at 12.5 over basis, the manufacturer was able to move above normal volume, clearing almost 12.8 million pounds, well above our expected 12.5 million. So in the blocks, we had higher than normal basis at 12.5 over. It's about 10 cents over our expected 2 cent premium basis. It'll be interesting to watch. We probably have one more week at this 212.5 level as the CME block price continues to oscillate between, call it, 205 and 215, resulting in the NDPSR at 212.50. Then prices head lower underneath the $2 level. I would expect that we have higher than normal basis on that move lower, although it would be a large bet to assume that we're going to maintain this 12.5 over basis in the blocks in the weeks to come. In barrels, 182.37, also a very nice number compared to the CME 2-week average of 174.89. That's a 7.5 over positive basis. So big basis in the barrel above our expected 4 to 6 over. Barrel prices continuing to trend lower with values at the CME. And on that downtrend, basis maintains a historically high level. Volume here at that exaggerated basis, 14.3 million pounds, well above our 13.5 million. So in the barrel, above normal volume and above normal basis. In whey, 42.59. So they finally got the whey down 2 cents from prior week's NDPSR. The manufacturer had to discount almost 2 cents below prior week's NDPSR. If you look at that January 7th whey number, 44.30, had to discount under 44.30, but was able to move a massive amount of volume. North of 6 million pounds, well above our expected 4.5 million. So prices on the NDPSR coming closer in line with the values that we're seeing on the CME. Now, this is the last week that we have the CME weekly average north of 40 cents before taking the next leg down at 32. So I would expect that basis to expand a little bit in the weeks to come over the CME level. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see discounts under prior week's NDPSR in order for the manufacturer to move the weight that he needs to move to stay current. And then lastly, non-fat, 139.81. CME down a little bit week to week. NDPSR higher. It's a head scratcher, sticking close to that 140 level. No sign of the big changes in price that we're seeing at the CME here on the NDPSR. That's a positive 9 basis to the CME 1 week average of 130.69. And again, this is the last week that the CME non-fat spends in the 130s prior to moving lower. We would expect that the NDPSR catches up with the CME in the weeks to come. So this is week 3 of 4 for the January pricing cycle. Currently getting January class 3 at 1953, while January class 4 comes in at 2025. If you carry current CME equivalents out through the remainder of the Feb pricing cycle, getting February class 3 1815, with Feb class 4 coming in at 19 and a quarter. So we'll see what they have in store for us in the weeks to come. For all of you traveling, good luck coming back to snowy Chicago. Until next week, I'm Joe. On behalf of Paige and the whole Evereye team, thanks so much. Bye.